Merhaba, hoş geldiniz arkadaşlar. I'm so excited to let you in on our very first conversation about Yerde. This is a conversation that I had with a beautiful friend of mine, Flower, and we were talking about the latest episode 16, and just discussing and analyzing it, and also taking into account the events that have happened in the previous episode that have led us to this episode. I really hope the fandom also finds our conversation as exciting as it was when we were having it. So enjoy. Can you hear me properly now? There's no issues.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Okay. I was like,
finally, we made it.
Yes. I was like, there's no way I'm giving up on this because my chest is so full and I need to offload on somebody.
Yes, do it.
I don't even know where to start. You know what was fascinating?
Maybe we should start from the beginning.
Yeah, you know, before we can even start, what was fascinating about this episode for me is how the writers tried to correct the perception they've created with the previous episode. Because remember, in the previous episode, we were all like, maybe Damir still has feelings for Aylul, and the way that he was looking at her, it seemed suspicious. But damn, this episode, it was like, no, we're not having any of that.
Yeah, they just took us like for fool.
Yeah.
They're just about to believe nonsense, and then they're like, okay, we got you, girl.
And you know what? I love that they corrected it so early. Some diseases.
Now I feel guilty because I was about to hate him, and actually I was just completely crazy.
Yeah, it's difficult to hate him, hey. It's so difficult to hate him. Even when I'm mad at him, I'm like, okay, it's so difficult to remain angry at that cute face.
But I was like, he's a bad guy. And now I completely changed my mind.
Yeah.
Actually, I think the problem is actually Celine.
Yeah.
Because she's not able to hear anything that can just compromise her happiness.
Yeah. You know what? I think Celine has got insecurities about whether Demir is with her for her, and I think she sort of undermines herself to be worthy of Demir. That's why I think that things she was saying, that she doesn't want to feed in on her fears. I think that's also part of the reason why she always feels like Demir, is gonna leave her. Because the guy is a catch, so she probably asks herself sometimes, why is he with me? Why did he choose me?
Yes, I think the same. I think there's something like that.
Yeah.
Yes. And the fact that she seems like not used to like relationship.
Yeah.
We don't know. Actually, we don't know anything about her past.
No, we don't.
As love stories. So maybe it's like her first big adventure.
Yeah, but
adventure. So she does not know how to deal with that.
Yeah, but I'm sure it can't be her first relationship, because remember how she was mocking Demir? I think it was which episode? The episode after they'd kissed. I think it's episode 11 or so. But when she was like pretending to be a therapist and asking Demir questions, and she mocked him about how is it possible that she would be the first girl that he has kissed. And
yes,
that sort of gave me an idea that she's also experienced in relationships, unless then she was just trying to act all macho in front of him.
Yes, maybe. I was wondering too when I saw this extract, like playing the psychologist role. I was like, oh, maybe she went through it too, and she has never been kissing somebody before.
Yeah. It wouldn't be surprising. It wouldn't be surprising. We've seen how on most Turkish diseases how there's some sort of conservativeness when it comes to relationships.
Yes.
So,
Actually, the fact that at 12 she was persuaded that she could fly from a top.
Yeah.
From a roof.
Yeah.
That means like she's very young mentally. She's like a little girl.
Yeah.
She's dreaming in her fantasy world.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So now let's get into this episode. Let's start from that dinner date when Elul arrives and she sees that Demir is walking hand in hand, well, arm in arm actually, with what's that girl's name, Ida, and the first thing she thinks is that they're in a relationship, and then she later goes on and talks to her girlfriend on the phone and makes comments about how she doesn't see them fitting. And funny enough, that's exactly the same perception I have about her, that she doesn't seem fitting of Demir.
Well, actually, because he has changed, but I'm sure he was exactly like her before.
Yeah, of course we see on the flashbacks how even his clothing was different during that time.
Yes.
So a lot must have changed.
Exactly.
But you know what didn't make me comfortable was Demir's behavior at the dinner table after Elul and Burak were sitting in their table. How he appeared to be nervous and angry at the same time.
Yes, I did not like that look he threw towards Haylin.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? Looking at her. You don't care what she thinks right now. You don't even have the right to look through in her direction. It's over, man. Just turn your head, sit down, and just keep living your life.
Yeah.
I was like, stop looking.
But you know, I wasn't sure whether that look was based on the fact that he is so angry and annoyed by her presence there, or it was associated with, my old feelings are resurfacing again and I can't seem to be able to hold myself around this girl. I was stuck between those two thoughts. But that's why I said initially that as the episode progressed, I actually was sure that he was looking at her like, I'm so angry that she's here and she's sort of like interrupting this beautiful moment I'm having with my girlfriend and her friends.
She's part of a moment I'm sharing with my friends and and she should not be part of it.
Yeah.
Yes. Actually, yes. With hindsight, yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And
when I watched it, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I think most people felt exactly the same way. And you know what's even more fascinating is, you know, when they were driving back from that meeting they had to go to early in the morning, the way that he reprimanded her, like when she tried to kiss him, he didn't have any of that. And I actually screamed like, yay, go Demir!
He did not hesitate. Yes, actually that was just so quick.
Yeah.
I mean, if he still had feelings for her, he would not have moved so quickly.
Yeah.
The fact that is like automatic rejection of her.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that says a lot about how he feels about her. But I've got to say another comment now. Like how much I appreciate how the writers of this series have broken all the toxic nonsense we've had to tolerate in most of these Turkish diseases. There's always been a trend which we've been introduced to about male masculinity and about abuse, you know, about abuse of women, about these obsessive exes or men or women that want to get into relationships where they're not wanted, and then that's sort of like is the foundation of the storyline. And I think initially, I was angry about how they were introducing Eylul to us, showing us her domestic life, showing us her how sweet she is. But I actually enjoyed that, because if you see on the fragment after Demir tells her that, well, she's in love with Celine, she doesn't fight it. Most on these diseases that we've watched, they usually fight and plot and do all this dirty stuff to try and separate the main couple.
Yes. But maybe the fact that she does not fight means she had a serious reason to leave him, and that one is scary to me.
Yeah.
Because I still do not know why she left, and I'm afraid that she left for a good reason.
Yeah.
And then we will feel guilty and Demir will like put himself into question because he did not see it.
Yeah, but
And that's what I'm afraid
yeah.
of.
Do you think that she was lying then, that she didn't tell Demir the whole reason why she left when they were fighting there by the shore, and she was telling him that she
Yes.
felt suffocated, and Demir was always he didn't want her to accept jobs and some jobs, and he was like always like clinging to her.
Yes. What I fear is that she said to him that he wanted her just for him. He didn't want her to live apart from him. And what I fear is that she was pregnant and she was scared because she thought he would be afraid to share her with somebody.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And
oh no, please don't
I
let
thought
them
she was
do
not
that.
pregnant.
I definitely don't want some pregnancy storyline somewhere, because I don't see any
Yeah,
babies
I know,
except
I
for
do
some
too.
dams.
I can't just imagine them having sex. I'm
Let-
like, no,
let's
that's
not-
not possible.
Let's not even
Let's
follow that
pretend
line
he
of
doesn't know
thought.
yet how to use it, right?
But you know,
Let's pretend he doesn't know how to use it.
let's rather pretend that way, please. But I
We can
don't.
pretend that.
No, but it's difficult to pretend that way when you saw how he was cuddling with Aylul on the flashback. I mean, that's
Yes, I know.
yeah. So, but just to calm our nerves down and for our own sanity, we will pretend that he doesn't know how to do that business
Yes,
yet.
just do that for me, please. That could be.
Okay, let's now. There's another thing that fascinated me about this episode, how they're sort of pushing the semi friendship of Celine and Aylul, and the fact that she held her when she was having her asthma attack, and she offered to take her home. And I think
Yes.
the writers are trying to show us why maybe Aylul will understand the reason why Demir fell in love with Celine. Because she is such a...
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, because she's such a different and a sweet, charming girl. And I think Aylul was also charmed as well by her love of nature and her love of animals.
Yes, and the fact that she spoke to Burak and she said he's never gonna leave Celine. She
Yeah.
could have said he will never gonna leave her or that girl.
Yeah.
And the fact that she said Celine means she already cares about her.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Because she has realized Celine is a good person.
Yeah.
And that's why she's yelling, like when she's sitting in her dressing room, I don't remember where, she's yelling and crying, and it hurts because she knows he found the good girl. The right one.
Yeah. But I'm always so... I'm so annoyed by the
think
character
so.
of Barak. No, I absolutely agree with your point there. But what I'm saying is that I'm so annoyed by the character of Barak, because Barak didn't notice Celine at all before the arrival of Demir. Now, I think for like 2 or 3 episodes, we actually didn't see any type of affection from him that is showing love.
Because they cut the scene.
Sorry, come again?
The scene, they cut some scenes.
Oh, did they?
You have to watch a scene where, yes, they are having the party at the office.
Yeah, that's from
I don't
episode
know if
1.
You have seen that one.
No, I didn't. I missed
Yes,
that
and
one.
they cut a scene where she's dancing a romantic slow with Burak.
Oh, wow, that was
And
a good
she seems
call.
completely in love with him. I have to find it for you.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can go on internet while I do that. Yeah, I can.
Yeah, I think
I'm
you
going
can.
to find it for you. And he's dancing like they are just embraced.
And
they are
does...
looking like
yeah.
they're in love.
Oh, wow. Okay, but then that
I don't
doesn't...
like, and they cut it off.
Oh, thank God they did. Thank God they did.
I was like, what the hell? Is he in love with her now? I mean, he did not even pay attention before.
Yeah.
Right? And so I saw that scene and I was like, oh my God.
Oh,
why
no.
did they cut it?
Yeah.
I could have understood
Yeah.
And they kept it.
Yeah.
I'm going to find it for you.
But
That scene.
but it also makes me nervous that he also jeopardized Celine's career. I think it was around episode 4 when he sent her to that hotel owner who's Alara's father, and he sent her to deliver blackmail photos. Like, anyone who cares, I mean, that surely nobody who would do that to you if they genuinely care and they love you. Because that could have backfired big time.
Yes. But we haven't seen like Burak mother, so I'm like, okay, maybe he has got some problem too with the relation with the mother
women,
or father, you know.
Yeah, we've
So
sort of
it could explain why
he's like this. Yeah, and you know what I also don't like? I don't like the fact that he still calls her Guzelim. Like, he knows that she's she's with Demir now.
I like it because I think it's cute when he says it.
Who says it?
He has always been calling her that way, so
No, I'm with Demir on this one.
Like, okay, it's not yours anymore, but it's cute.
No.
I'm mad at him for that.
I know that drives Demir crazy whenever he calls her Guzelim. That's one of the reasons why he went to the forest that other day and sort of hijacked Celine from Burak.
Yes, actually, but that's for me. It's like a nickname, you know. It's like not meaning she's his. It's like much more like, okay, that's your nickname. You're beautiful. It's like her beauty. You know?
But imagine, okay.
Demir, that she can't be pretty anymore.
But let's personalize this for a moment. Like, if somebody calls my boyfriend, "Hey, handsome," you know.
Yes.
That won't sit well with me.
Yeah.
It wouldn't sit well with me at all.
That's okay. It depends the way it is said. If it's your cousin or I don't know.
Yeah, I guess I'm possessive like that.
Somebody you like and you trust.
Yeah. But well, we all know that we can't trust Burak, so that's why it makes me cringe even more. All right.
Yes. But I think he's in love with her.
Yeah, it's a pity because I actually liked Burak on Ikenchikush, and he was such a lovable, a sweet guy. Even though I hate him here now, it's still difficult to hate him fully like a true villain.
Yes, me too.
Yeah.
I have been watching this Ikenchikush before, and I'm like, no, that's just the butcher. He's so sweet.
Yeah, he is.
No, it's not the same character. You have to pay attention. It's complicated.
Don't get deflected.
Bad guy.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
But
he got me actually.
Yeah. But I think that I really hope that he stops with his cunning, and I'm glad actually that the secret about Eylül being Demir's fiance didn't come off from somebody else. Because in the fragment I
was so scared when she checked in her bag.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, she's gonna find the picture.
I've never been so nervous. I was the same. I'm like, no, she's gonna find that damn photo. What's going on?
It would have been horrible.
Yeah, but luckily she didn't find it. And I wonder, when she had that panic attack in the office, she must have been thinking about, her interaction with Demir and how it went south, and it must really hurt her. I mean, I understand she's a sweet girl. She's not a completely nuts person like that girl who was after Jan on Ikenchikush. So she's a character whom we could grow to love if she could maybe perhaps date Burak or just leave Demir alone.
Yes, actually, yes. I think the same.
Yeah.
And
sorry, come?
No, I was trying to take the video, but it's not the good one. But I'm almost ready.
Oh, is that the video that you wanted me to?
All the videos. Yeah, I want you to see so that you can that he has been in love with her, but as long as she didn't make any.
But then, if he was in love,
he was
how long has Celine worked there? She normally quotes 4 or 5 years, and I assume the entire time she was there, Burak was there too. I mean, what kind of chicken would chicken out for an entire 4 or 5 years and not express their feelings?
Yeah, because I think he was waiting for her to do the first step.
I mean, no, man.
He's got a lot of respect for her. I mean, whenever she has a problem with male actions, you see the way he speaks to her is like he's shocked and he's so angry that the men tried to do something with her. So maybe he's part of that guys who's wait for women to do the first move so as not to bother them.
Yeah, but
that could be a reason. Oh my God, I can't find it for you.
No, it's fine. Listen, I'm gonna check it out later. I'm sure, because I know they usually put it up on the official page on YouTube. Hey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe you will find it.
Yeah, I'm going to look for it later and see this video, but I think
because you will understand definitely.
Yeah. No, I was not understanding it at all, and the thing is, I wasn't seeing that thing of Burak being in love with her at all. But now, I think after Celine got together with Demir, that's when it started to show the jealousy. I thought, actually, I was rationalizing it this way, that he sees Demir as the person who came in and took everything that he had from the job of being the head of the company.
Job, girl, yes.
Yeah, not necessarily
everything at once, and it's.
Yeah. But it's this Demir character is quite an interesting and a fascinating person to watch, because he's got this strong man persona, but as soon as he's next to Celine, he's like this cute, soft puppy who, like, you saw that scene when he was feeling itchy because he was suspecting that Celine didn't wash the bucket. I thought that was so cute. He is like a baby.
Is a baby, actually. When he's near her, is a baby.
Yeah, and
I think the same.
Yeah, and I think Vedat enjoys seeing that side of him, because he's always seen him as this like overbearing and tough guy who doesn't show any any emotion.
That's why I loved the scene when she wants to be fired and she kisses him.
Oh yeah.
Like he steps back and. I love this scene.
I love it.
The big Demir just becoming a kitten, I love it.
I think Ibuke...
He was a big dog. He's a big dog, and now he's just a small kitten.
Yeah.
I love it.
And he's being cornered by this tiny little human, and he's taking all the control over him. I think Ibuke also said on her Instagram that was one of her favorite scenes.
Really? She did?
Yeah, she did say she really loved that scene in the office where she's quitting her job because she's in love with the boss, and the boss has put the love ban.
Oh, so cute.
Yeah, that was so cute. And then, now let me ask you this. How do you feel about this possible Merve and Vedat ship?
Well, I would love them to date together.
You
because
think?
both of them have been hurt.
Yeah.
They have been hurt by someone. Obviously, Vedat divorced, and Merve is going to divorce too.
Yeah.
And I think they both are ready to die. I mean,
to settle.
Die for the one they loved.
Yeah.
And actually, the one they loved was not ready to do the same for them.
Yeah.
And that's a common point, I think.
But, okay, wait a minute now. Let's take a few steps back. I haven't heard about the reason for the breakup between Vedat and his ex-wife. Was it something similar?
Yeah, we don't know it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I hope she they don't bring her in at some point. I like the Vedat character.
Of course she will appear like at the worst moment she will appear, can be sure of that.
Yeah.
It's Turkish show. They have to break our arts.
Yeah.
They have to.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe when I
Drama.
actually see Merve and Vedat having a conversation, then I'll see that spark between them. But as they are separate individuals now, I don't see it at all. But I'll wait to see on the next episodes how that goes.
Really? You don't imagine them together?
No, I really it's the same with Ibo and Ida at the beginning. I really did not see. Maybe I was too caught up on Saldem. I couldn't care less
Really?
about them.
Oh.
But I've since changed my opinion now. I think they're so adorable. I actually enjoy their scenes. I love them. And that,
I love them too. But
That-
I think Ida is much more than Hibo.
yeah, it's still fun. I don't understand
I
why.
think she's making a fuss out of nothing.
Yeah. I still
Sorry,
don't understand
that's
why
not-
Ibo doesn't want to introduce
go,
her.
Go.
Hello?
We have to learn what happened with. Yes, we have to learn what happened with the girl he introduced before. I'm sure something happened.
So maybe it's just being cautious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's cautious, but we have to know why he's cautious.
Yeah, maybe he's been hurt also before in the past. But yeah,
Yes, let's imagine that he had a girlfriend, and then some of his friends took his girlfriend.
oh man,
You see?
that would be
Something like
horrible.
that.
But you'd imagine if that's the case, then he's
Okay.
probably no longer friends with those people.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he doesn't want to repeat the same mistake.
Yeah.
So he wants to take his time to be sure that she's in love with him, and then he will introduce her.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, overall, the episode, it was beautiful to watch. I could literally watch the entire episode just featuring Saldem's domestic life rather. And I would be fine with it. And that's why I loved this episode. It's so refreshing to see how a normal couple in the Turkish series world would live and how they would enjoy one another's company. And I that's why it's so refreshing on this series that you see that kind of connection between the main couple. I don't think we've ever been spoiled like this in any series of seeing so
Yes.
many cute, beautiful moments between the main couple.
Because all the characters do not live together. That's together, which is completely different.
Yeah, and this situation of them living together brings on a different and a beautiful dynamic, and it's so beautiful to see how their home is just their own personal private space where they can just be together and enjoy one another and just be in love, and it's so cute. I love it.
I love it too, but the fact that Eylül came into the house is like spoiled something for me. You see?
Yeah,
It's like it's not the same house anymore. The garden is contaminated.
Oh gosh. No, I completely understand you, by the way. But at the same time, let's look at it this way. She came into a home where Celine and Demir live, and she's now seen how beautiful it is and how homely it is, therefore showing that there's such a strong cement in this relationship of theirs.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
That's a way to look at it.
Yeah,
But
instead of looking at the contamination.
I hope Demir is going to ask for back to the kitchen.
Yeah.
And then he would say, you have to go. I don't want you to stay in our house.
Yeah.
And then Eylül will pretext she had a call or something like that, and I hope she will leave. She won't have dinner with them.
Yeah,
That could
me
be
too.
horrible.
Me too. That will be so awkward, hey? It will.
I
And
hope she's gonna leave.
yeah, and you know, Celine,
Yes.
she's so sweet because she's definitely going to insist that she stays. That, you know, why are you leaving? You know, just stay and have the dinner with us. And I really hope she doesn't take that on. But she would have figured out anyways now. I assume that in that scene, when it continues next week, she will figure out that they're together. Because I'm sure one of them is going to,
Yes.
I'm sure Celine, she's just going to call Demir by one of the adorable, cute names. And she will then see that these people are together. And I'm sure she will not want to intrude.
I'm sure that Eylül will bring the teapot that Demir has got in the kitchen, you know, like the same teapot, because she gave the first one to Aida. And
Yeah.
she said, I'm going to bring another one. I've got a different one at home.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure she's going to bring the teapot and it will be the same.
Yeah.
And then Celine will understand. But she will come back to Demir and say, do you have something to tell me, something I have to know?
Yeah, yeah.
And of course he will say, no, not now, I will tell you something later. And when he tells her on the boat, I am sure that they cut.
Yeah.
They cut something between the moment he says to her that he was with Eylül and the fact that she's yelling at him and saying that he destroyed her whole word.
Yeah.
I think between the two, you have a lot of conversation that they cut.
Yeah, yeah.
And she will tell him that she had understood before he said that.
Yeah. But I really hope that, you know, I mean, how many times has Demir tried to tell her about this? He has tried
Yes, I know,
so many
a lot
times.
of time, I know.
And both times she's been the one to stop him from saying it. And although I was
Yes,
still,
but when she woke up at night, she said, now I am prepared. So please, before I lack courage, just tell it to me. And he did not. And to me, that was the better opportunity he had, was that moment. And he just missed it.
But, you know, I see it differently. I mean, where do you even start with something like that? And after he knows how she reacted with Alara, he knows how she reacted when he's attempted to tell her that night. And can you imagine what's going on in Demir's mind, that there is no way of approaching this? Where do I start so that it doesn't hurt Celine? Because you see, when he was having that conversation with Vedat after coming back from the office to fetch the file, he said that he doesn't want anything that's going to hurt her. And I can imagine from his side, it also requires some courage and for him to be prepared to say it in a way that doesn't hurt her. And it must have been he didn't have the courage at the time when Celine said he must tell her in a way that's not going to hurt her. So it goes both ways, the courage thing.
Yes, but in a way, he is not very brave, you know, because when he spoke to Celine about what he did in Paris with Alara, he did not mention that he took her to the opera.
Yeah.
And that he walked the street with her. I mean, that's not correct.
Yeah, but he knows.
He was going to work, and actually he did something with her that is just extra work and that he should not have done.
Yeah.
And he should have told Celine, because when she learned it from Alara's father.
Yeah.
She was just shocked.
Yeah.
And then he did not even justify himself. He was like, okay, we went to the opera.
Yeah. No, I didn't like that as well. That pissed me
We were
off.
not supposed to.
But
Yeah.
but at the time, okay, they were not really dating.
She couldn't walk properly. Well, actually, you don't go to the opera with somebody. If I go to the opera with somebody, with a man, I'm like not just going to the opera. I mean, why do you invite her?
But
if she was inviting him and he could not refuse because he's too polite. I mean, he invited her. And that's just not normal.
Yeah, but the thing is, okay, they were not dating at the time. And of course, okay, maybe they were aware that they had feelings for each other, but there was no.
Of course they were.
Yeah.
Of course they were. everywhere.
But at the same time, Demir knows how Celine feels about Alara and all these thoughts. He normally teases her that she makes up stuff in her head. And if he had told her, can you imagine what her reaction would have been? And
if he knows that she's not comfortable with that, I mean, that's crazy. When you love someone, you know she's going to be hurt. You just don't do that.
Yeah, he could have said no. Yeah, no, I agree with you. He even went and bought a suit. I mean, what am I saying?
The question is not he could have said no, because he asked Alara to go out to the opera. He is not the one.
Oh, here I thought it was the other way around.
No, the father said you brought her to. Said yes. I was not sure I could. I had some tickets at the last moment. So he invited Alara. I mean, if it was Alara who had invited him, I would have understood that he was too polite
to say no.
But the thing is that he did it. I mean, he was not obliged to. And if he knew Celine would have been hurt, why did he invite her?
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
It's not logical.
Yeah, no, I understand now.
I don't understand that.
Yeah. But it was probably one of those moments of him trying to, because you remember how hard he fought his feelings for Celine, hey? It was probably one of his defense mechanisms, also trying to fight his feelings for her and trying to not to fall in love with her. I mean, he was already in love with her anyways, because his heart was he still hurt. The fact that he came back 2 years later after the relationship that broke him to invest in a company just to find this girl, that shows the level of hurt that that relationship left in his heart, and him wanting to try as hard as he can not to fall in love again is in a sense justified, but not completely.
Yes, but he knew Alara wanted something from him, so it just like gave her hope.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He should have said, no, we are just going to work and we are not.
No, I understand, but we should not forget that the reason why Demir had to work with Alara in the first place is because of Celine's naivety. We should not forget that, because had she not gone to try and sabotage there at the hotel, and Demir wouldn't have found a reason to go. I mean, no, it was actually at the prison when she phoned Alara's father and thinking that he was the lawyer, and she swore at him or something, and then they lost him as a client. If that had not happened, Demir wouldn't have needed a reason to go find Alara. And all of this, I mean, okay, she came in and she became a problem for both of them, but it's not like Demir wasn't trying to control a sensitive situation at the time. He was trying to play his cards right by keeping her close, and yet, but still not close enough for her to insinuate a relationship.
Yeah. Actually, both points of views are possible. But I did not like the fact that he invited her.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not something you do when you don't love somebody. You don't invite her to the opera. And the fact that he took her arms, like walking side by side in the streets because she couldn't walk with her high heels. It's not, I mean, what a dumb man. I mean, you should understand that is a trick girl, you see?
Yeah.
It's something we do when we want to glue the man.
Yeah.
It's not something that...
it's disgusting, actually, now that I think about it. But let's go back a little bit now. Do you think that Eylul is aware of Demir's childhood issues with her parents and abandonment and all of that?
I think she did not even meet his parents. I think he has never introduced anybody to his parents.
No, I mean, does she know the root? Because remember when she was... Sorry, come again?
Yes.
No, I was.
No, you can go.
Okay, no, I was saying, considering that Eylul decided to leave because she felt like Demir was suffocating her, that kind of behavior from a boyfriend, if she knew
Yes.
that he's got abandonment issues from his childhood, it wouldn't have been easy for her to leave. Therefore, I think she doesn't know rather that Demir has got childhood issues from her mom leaving him.
I'm sure she doesn't know.
Yeah. Otherwise,
She knows.
Otherwise, she would have understood.
Knows, and when they had the task to realize by the doctor, the therapist,
Mm-hmm.
he said, it's the first time in my life I've been telling this to someone.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure nobody knows.
Yeah.
Even Vedat doesn't know that his father said, stay with me, and then
so that your mom doesn't
back.
leave. Yeah.
I think just Celine knows about it.
Yeah. And also, Ish, you know what's bothering me? When they were having a breakfast with Vedat that morning, and he made a comment about the tank, the existence of the tank at their house. And
yes.
he probably knows because he knows
yes.
Demir's home. And it worries me that Demir hasn't told Celine yet that was his childhood home. And
yes, that's what I don't like.
Yeah.
I mean, it is hidden, but it is too long.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
normally, at the beginning, that's normal, he did not say, but now they have reached a level of intimacy that normally should have told her. And I do not know how she will learn it, and I'm afraid of that.
Yeah.
I saw that some people said maybe he didn't want to tell her that it was his home when he was a kid, because he didn't want her to feel guilty and
leave the house
to Demir. But I don't think that's a problem.
Yeah.
And I am scared about how will she find out that it was his house.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm
scared about it.
Yeah.
I don't know how she will.
But to me, that secret isn't as dangerous as the one of Alara. I mean, at least it doesn't involve, him being in love with another woman, because I'm so sure that Celine is going to put two and two together about Demir's behavior that day when Eylul arrived, and how he seemed so heartbroken, and how, they've got such strong similarities, and she's just going to read all of that the wrong way, and she'll feel as if she's not suitable for him, and how it makes sense now that he was so heartbroken that day. It seems like he was still in love with that girl. It's just going to be it's going to be painful to watch, but I'm looking forward to seeing how they will resolve this issue between them.
Yeah, I hope it will not take too long.
Yeah, me too.
I love to watch drama, but I think in Turkish series, they find, especially about this show, is that usually the fault is on the women. I mean, I've been watching Kiralik Aşk.
Oh, yeah.
I've been watching...
even Ike was also like that.
Yes, Erkan Dikuş and stuff like that. And it is always women who do something wrong.
Yeah.
And now, for the first time, it's a man, and I really, really, really appreciate.
Yes, it breaks that toxic narrative that it's the women are always hiding secrets, and it just makes women seem like weak people. And I'm glad that they've actually changed that narrative.
Yes, actually, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I like it too. It's something unusual, and I was kind of bored to see always the same stories, the same plots, the same things at stake. And now it's a completely different one, and I like it a lot.
Yeah. I'll say one thing though,
because I can see myself as a woman.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I was gonna say that
I can ask myself, how would I react if it was me,
and
him?
And it's realistic issues that they are dealing with. It's not like some fantasy thing that you'd see that, okay, this one is impossible that it could happen this way. Of which that's how I feel about most of them of the series in Turkey. But the issues that they are dealing with in their private lives and even in their work, they're definitely relatable issues that you could see yourself being in.
Yes.
And trying to navigate through them.
The reactions are much more violent than in reality.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah. But
in reality, you don't leave people talking like for 3 minutes when they talk nonsense. You just cut them.
Yeah.
You see, like when they left at the restaurant,
yeah.
the day she was invited and thought it was Demi who had invited her, she was like, why did you send me those flowers? Why did you blah, blah, blah? I mean, in reality, if it was not him, he would have cut her.
Yeah.
He like, stop this nonsense.
Yeah.
I do not even know what you're talking about. No, that's drama, of course.
Yeah, but it's drama that led to a very cute moment.
Speaking so long.
But that drama gave us a very romantic, a beautiful moment between the two of them. So I'm going to let it go. Yeah.
I'm going to,
yeah. But they should stop starving us of real kisses. I mean, I've had enough of cheek and forehead kisses. I enjoy them. I love them, of course. But they should,
Yes. That's so sweet that we are not teenagers. I'm 39, 38. Okay, oh my God, I don't even know how. Okay, 1, 2, 38.
Yeah.
I'm 39. No, I'm 38.
Okay.
I'm 38. So you see, I'm not a teenager.
Yes,
I
that's
have to see real kisses, full of love. And
yeah. Well, of course, we will never get that type of
moving. And I'm like, whoa.
I know that we will never get that type of kiss on a Turkish series, but at least, I mean, their first kiss was so beautiful, and I watched the extended version on YouTube.
I mean, if they want me to make a fire, I can just burn their sofa, and I will make a big fire so they can kiss the same way. No problem.
Yeah.
Let me burn some wood for you.
That will give them motivation and make them remember their first time. But
yes,
no.
I mean, they kissed so passionately the first time. How can they be so, like, old person, like, full of tenderness as if they were, like, 90 years old?
No, we need even that kiss at outside the restaurant. I reckon that kiss was also good, but they gave us a very fast shot and we didn't see it properly.
Yes.
I was so angry.
And I did not see the tongue.
No, I was like, zoom in.
You have to zoom, guys.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm so paranoid. Oh wow. At least, what's comforting about this conversation is that I don't feel paranoid anymore because I see that there's so many people with the similar views and feelings that I also catch when I'm watching this show.
We are not allowed. Yes. Not allowed.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
We've got friends everywhere.
Exactly, Anyways, listen, Flower, I've thoroughly enjoyed this analysis, and I think that I'm looking forward to seeing what the second fragment is going to show us, and I'm looking forward to talking to you again so that we can see what kind of emotions that other episode is going to invoke again. And yeah, I really, really did.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, let's speak.
I enjoyed it too.
Yeah.
It was good to speak.
Yeah. Let's speak again soon, hey?
Okay, no problem. And I will try to find the video for you, and I will send it.
All right.
Okay?
All right.
I'll send to you the video. I have to take it again.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
See you
Enjoy.
soon.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.